Well, there it is. There's the trophy. The ribbons are still blue and white. They will change on the day that trophy is given to Jurgen Klopp and Jordan Henderson and the rest of the Liverpool team. Jamie, Redknapp is here, signed in the summer of 1990. You never have believed they've had to wait until now to get their hands on the trophy. And look, two Liverpool greats with us as well this evening, Graeme Souness and Phil Thompson, who already has a glass of champagne in his hand. Tom, I will come to you in just a second. But Graeme, what does this mean tonight for Liverpool?
Well, they've been fabulous, this team. You know, it's not just about this season, Dave. If you go back 2 years, you know, they were in the Champions League final, lost to Madrid, came back the following year and won it, missed out in the league to Man City. This is a special team. This is a team that, going forward, you know, you can't say you're going to win it every year, but they'll come very, very close to winning this trophy and the big one, the big European one as well. You know, we did the game against Cardiff, Liverpool-Cardiff last year, and Jurgen came on the side of the pitch, and I said to him that day, I said, your team's ready to win the big trophies. And I think you can't say you're going to dominate, because there's going to be so much competition coming from United, coming from City and Chelsea and maybe others. But this is a really, really special team. You know, this is a team that nobody enjoys playing against. You know, if you're playing against them, you have to be prepared to go to war with them, because they give everything. Every time they go out and cross that white line, the manager installs that they have to give absolutely everything for the cause. And when you combine that effort with the qualities they have, especially up front, along the back, you know, they're some team. It's not a team, when I look at them, it's not a team I think I would have particularly enjoyed playing against. Because in midfield, they get after you. If you make any sort of misplaced pass, any slip up, any missed tackle, the front three punish you 9 times out of 10. And at the back, you know, if you want to get in a race with Van Dijk, you ain't going to win that. You want to try and out-jump him, you ain't going to win that. You want to out-muscle him, you ain't going to win that. They've got a special goalkeeper. They've got arguably the two best attacking fullbacks in the game right now. No. When you factor in the age group of, if you include Gomez in that back five, if you include the goalkeeper, that's a back five that could be together for the best part of the next decade. They are going to take some stopping going forward.
Well, do you know what? The celebrations, we probably could have predicted. They've already started on Merseyside. People have been waiting to the final whistle at Stamford Bridge. It's only gone a couple of moments ago, and look, already the party has started. You can see the flares and the flags. Not too much signs of social distancing, but there are plenty of masks in evidence there as well. And you get the feeling it's going to be a long, long night in the red half of the city. The bubble's already flowing at the Thompson residence. Can you put it into words, Phil, what this moment actually feels like now you're actually here?
We are back on our perch. And it has. It's been a long time coming. I won't use the expletive that went before it, but we are back. And it's been a long time. It's been a generation. A generation, 30 years. Yes, we've had the Champions League, which has been fantastic, 2000. That's always been great. But Liverpool has always been about the league championship, the Premier League, and we have not been able to get our hands on it. And it has been, and it's been a burden to everybody. A lot of managers have had to carry it, and I think now, to Jurgen Klopp, the players, my utter congratulations. I thank you so much, because it has been hard. Fireworks are going off here on Merseyside, and it is. They have been an absolute pleasure to watch, and I'd like to congratulate them, because I have 4 boys and I've been wanting them to see us win the Premier League title. So it has been the Holy Grail, and we've done it tonight.
Of course, it's been the situation, the Thompson household, as it has been for so many, no place to gather centrally. So families together to watch the game tonight, the deciding game, and there is the Thompson family at full time at Stamford Bridge. It's extraordinary to think, isn't it, Phil, that there are people who've been Liverpool fans for a long time who've never seen this themselves, for a team and a club that have dominated through the 70s and 80s and had to wait this long.
And we've kept successful with trophies that we've won in the recent past, and it's been wonderful. So as the years have gone by, the likes of Gerard Houllier came second, Rafa came second, Brendan came second. There's been some really good teams, but not as good as this one. This team has deserved it. I think, as Graeme said there, 97 points last year, playing some wonderful football and didn't bring it home. And there's a lot of people who were giggling and thinking, you're not going to get that chance again. It's not going to come your way. So to go again and show and compete with this Manchester City team is absolutely wonderful. And those young people who have not had that opportunity, who have had it from other fans, who've took the Michael out of all Liverpool Football Club because we hadn't won the Premier League. Well, we've done it. And if this team stays together, which I think it will do, it can do it again next year. They will be a hell of a team to beat next year.
Jamie, what about the magic of this manager, Jurgen Klopp, who's delivered this?
Yeah, absolutely. We look at all the great players behind us, but the one decision to bring in Jurgen Klopp has proved inspired. Absolutely inspired. He's a leader of men. He manages to conjure up something so special, you know, and the Liverpool fans adore him. You can see how much they buy into everything that he's done. When he first arrived, and there were times when he was trying to get the crowd going, we're thinking, what's this about? But he wanted them all to be at one. He knew that the crowd was so important to everything he was trying to achieve. It's not just about having great players, it's about having everybody pulling together. An inspired decision, and one that has paid off so well. And listen, like the boys, I can see Tomo there and obviously Graeme, they won it, they had amazing times. I wasn't lucky enough to win it, and I signed in 91. If you'd have said in 30 years Liverpool wouldn't win the title, then they've won everything else since then. And this means so much to everybody. And, you know, it was a great place to be. I adored living up there, and you can see how much it means to the fans. They're going to enjoy this one, that's for sure.
There are some amazing pictures coming into us from Liverpool tonight. The party is certainly going to happen there while everyone has been in their homes to watch the game tonight. There's, of course, this explosion of emotion. We'll bring you some of those pictures a little bit later on. Graeme, let me just get into the season, because we have to remember that Liverpool started fantastically well. 8 straight wins off the bounce, and then a draw at Old Trafford, and then to put an 18-game winning sequence together. At what point did you think the title was going to end up on Merseyside?
Well, it's easy to say now, yeah, pretty early. But I think if the guys, Phil, Jamie, I'm sure they would agree. The thing that jumps out about this Liverpool team, it's not just, as we've said, this last season. You have to go back the season before. To be so consistent is very, very difficult. You know, Liverpool, Man United, the really big teams never have an easy game, Dave. You know that when the fixtures come out, people will look at Liverpool and Man United and maybe Chelsea, maybe Man City now, and think, that's my cup final. For whatever reason, I grew up as being a supporter of that club. And, you know, you want to play against the big players. So for the big clubs, they never, ever have an easy game of football. It's the other team's cup final. It might not be their cup final. It could be the other team's cup final. And the consistency that Liverpool have shown over the last 2 years is phenomenal. I mean, it is off the charts. I mean, we've all played the game. We know how hard it is to, you know, get yourself into that position week in, week out. And sometimes you don't get there, and sometimes you can come unstuck. I mean, for Liverpool to go through just the one loss against Watford, was it? I mean, it is absolutely phenomenal. This is a proper team. And you have to say, the manager didn't mix up the pack too much, did he? He seemed to run with the same players most of the time. And those players deserve a great deal of credit, because they obviously looked after themselves. From the medical staff, you know, who's looking at them every week and watching how their numbers are and their stats are in training. They've all done a great job. You know, Jurgen deserves all the credit in the world, but I'm sure when you get him on tonight, I want to mention his backroom staff, the support he's had from everyone at that football club. And, you know, I touched on this last night when I was in the studio. You know, Tom was a Scouser, Jamie and I were guests there for a few years in that city. You know, Liverpool, to play football for Liverpool is quite a unique experience. It really is. You know, that when you can't always be winning, but when it's not going well, they don't get after you. They still support you to the hilt. And you know, I'm really pleased for them as well. But it's been a long time, and nobody can say we don't deserve it. Nobody.